And the motherfucking saga continues. Comment on my last video about the woman who lied, got the husband arrested 4 times, media narcissism. Well, guess who left a comment in the page at 5 o'clock in the morning? You got it. Our old friend, Meatnormous, Brian. Alfred Brian Schuster, to be exact. I'm done playing with you, Brian. I'm done playing with you and your cunt of a fucking drunk wife and your idiot of a retard kid. I'm done. I told you every time you do this, I was going to make a video and put it right out there for everybody to laugh at you. And that's what I'm going to do here. And understand, we're all laughing at you, Brian. We're all laughing at you. Bunny Rabbit 1401. You guys are being conned by a guy that is degrading before your eyes. All of this woman hating is coming exactly from what he is doing. Why so much hate against women in the court system? Did you not see any of my other videos? Well, first of all, it's not hate against women. It's pointing out gender equality, how women can get away with whatever they want in the court system and men can't. So you want to go spouting around the internet, taking up for hostile women who abuse men through the court system? I encourage you to do that. Because if you think my followers are rabid, go keep spouting that shit around the internet and see where it gets you, Brian. You know what else but you know what I noticed about Meatnormous? He doesn't comment in videos that are directly about him. He more comments on videos that shine a light on his narcissistic tactics that he uses with my ex-wife and the rest of my family. Because that's the one. You always got to look. What is it where's the pressure point that really gets him to scream? And this is it. This is it. Because my family fully intended to use the court systems and the police through bullshit accusations against me. It's like a dog whistle for you. It's so easy. It's so easy. Well, of course, he's always the victim, right? His parents, Macy's, IKEA, the last 2 jobs. His daughter's therapist. His father forged the mortgage paperwork. He didn't. His ex, the police raid, the newspapers on family court matters. Why? I noticed the part about you. The father forged the mortgage paperwork. In parentheses, he didn't. Really. So you made sure to put a little extra emphasis on the thing that directly involved you. I wonder why. Well, we've been through my excuses. We know what happened at Macy's. Company change. What did they just close? Another 200 stores. Company's dying, just like I said it would. IKEA, I got screwed. How many people get screwed at jobs? The last 2 jobs he lost, I was working at a tobacco shop and figured out I could do better with this. The last job before that I had was IKEA because I was out of work for 3 years. His daughter's therapist, those were all in text message, guy. I got the text messages of that dude trying to extort me. The ex, the police raid, the newspapers on family court matters. Well, the police raid, they had a warrant. Unfortunately, it was for somebody who didn't live here. So that went nowhere. That's how it works in Florida. All this is a matter of public record, by the way. The newspapers on family court matters. This is a chance. See, let me explain this to you, stupid. Okay? This is a channel about narcissism, recovering from narcissism, and the abuse through it. one of the main things through narcissism for people my age and in this society is dealing with family court matters. I get plenty of people sending me stories about family court matters. I don't even need to do them on my own. But I will do what interests me, and I will do what I think is important, because this is my channel and this is my business, and I talk about what I want to talk about. But the real reason is, why are you keep going after the family court matters here? Because you fully intended to use the family court, to use the police department, to have me arrested, to exert your control over me. And you don't like your tactics being exposed. Even though I didn't even bring you up. I'm not even mentioning you. But when it's shined, when your tactics are put in front of your face and a light is shined on them, boy, you're going to do what you always do. Attack, attack, attack. The problem is, Brian, and I've told you this repeatedly, you're a dumb man. You're a dumb man. Like your father told you. Just like Grandpa told you when you were a kid. You're dumb. That's why he used to have you mixing concrete all the time. Because you're a dumbass. You're just dumb. But you're dumb and you're entitled, which makes you dangerous. Which always made you dangerous. This is exactly what he is doing, and it's closing in on him. He's way behind on child support, and it's closing in on him. I never said I didn't fall behind. You're out of work for 3.5 years. You're going to fall behind in child support. It's called catching up. It's called catching up. Everybody knows I'm in a hole. Everybody knows. Like, 94 million people in this country are in a hole. Like, what do you think you're proving here? That people go through bad times? What an entitlement. What an entitlement, because you lost the job and things went bad for you. That's some kind of proof of being a bad person or a scam artist, really. 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 There will be another fundraiser soon. It's coming. Of course, he first needs a new laptop for the 4th time. It should have been obvious when he scammed people over $5,000 to save his daughter. Didn't spend a dime on her or an attorney. You got scammed. I don't blame the donators. He's always been good at this. You will keep going back to the same thing over and over again. Everybody knows what happened with the GoFundMe. And that's another thing that's really irking you, that if you didn't try to sign that house out from under me, if you didn't forge my signature on bank paperwork, I still have it, Brian. I've showed it. I recorded your wife. I recorded your wife trying to deny it, then admitting it. Go ahead. I notice you don't comment in any of those videos, though. I notice you don't comment in any of the videos where your wife's own words and lies and her being caught in those lies are exposed. I notice you have nothing to say on that video. 600 videos ago, mind you. You had nothing to say about those, right? Other than he didn't. Really? Really? Then whose signature is it? Because it is Kerry's on there. I didn't sign it. I approved overwhelmingly. It ain't my signature. Clearly. Who signed it, Brian? Who signed it? Who signed it? Who signed it? I don't blame the donators. He's always been good at this. I've always, see, and there it goes again. Right back to, you've always been bad. You've always been bad. You've always. You've always been this. You've always been that. How many times you've always. You're going back to when I was a child, you fuck. You fuck. And let me tell you something else, asshole. This channel would be a lot bigger if I could get you out of my head, if I could get your abuse out of my head. You think I'm scamming people? I could be a lot bigger, and I don't do it. Not because I don't want to, because I physically need to take breaks from this because it's so goddamn difficult to do. I could easily have 20,000 subscribers and be making a lot more than I am, than scraping by. His ex and daughter also got scammed when he was collecting his newest victim and fled to Florida. We were legally separated for over a year. The divorce had been finalized for 6 months before I moved to Florida. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? If he felt so threatened, he could have moved out of state and still seen his daughter. But that would have meant child support. What does that mean? You just contradicted your own statement, fucko. If I'm behind on child support, but I left to avoid child, what are you talking about? Doesn't even make sense. In your own comment, you fucking contradict yourself 4 sentences later. I mean, what are you talking about? And yet you want to set the terms, I can leave and still come back. No, I can't. No, I can't come back. Because I know you're trying to set me up to get me arrested when I come up there. I know that's your plan, Brian. I know that's your plan, Brian. Your friend. Things must be real bad for you, Meat. You must have had a real shitty summer and nobody talking to you and everybody avoiding you. You jerk off fiend. You wait, he's setting up another donation drive because of the crooked court system. Let's see. A podcast fundraiser for 20,000. That was on GoFund, not GoFundMe, Kickstarter. And that was way, way, way before any of this broke. People saying, hey, you should try it. I put up a phone fundraiser. I didn't make a dime off it. Not a cent. That you don't make anything off Kickstarter unless you make your goal. So I put it up there. I left it there for I think a month. I think I got 700. Not a dime of it. It all went back to anybody who donated got their money back. I didn't have to give it back. That's what Kickstarter does. And I didn't set another thing up for a year after that, probably, until you tried to sign the house out in order to keep me away from Aaron. That's the truth, and you can't deal with it, Bri. You can't deal with it. And when you see me read stories like this, okay, with the lad making up stories, lying to the police, you get all panicky. You get all panicky because, oh shit, if he's already knows about this and he starts exposing it, how am I going to do it? Well, Brian, everybody knows you're doing it. Nobody actually believes you, you see? Nobody who really matters actually believes you. Nobody. You hang out with a bunch of fucking losers. You know this. You know this. $1 recurring from his viewers, it never stops. He's always been a grifter, always will be. There we go with the always again. Go back to his video interviews with his wife and look at her. Watch his control during this, the same he had with his ex and daughter before he fled to New Jersey with his new mark. Yes, Ollie is always the victim. Poor Ollie. Wake up, people. Well, that certainly is hurtful, Brian. That certainly is hurtful. You know, I could just be pushing this channel and not telling people what I want to spend my money on, spend my earnings on. These are earnings. As much as you don't want to come to this realization, these are earnings. Like a business. Do you call the car dealership who puts commercials on grifters? No. This is a business just like any other. And it's driving you crazy. It's driving you crazy. I know it is. When you're out of work, things come up and things are tough. I think my mistake, and I don't even call it a mistake, but my mistake in all of this is being honest and saying, hey, this is what I'd like to get. I don't have to do that. Nobody's ever asked what I spend my money on. People say you can go buy booze, drugs, whatever the hell you want. It's your money to do what you want with. Not with the narcissist, though. Not with the narcissist. You notice that? Even after 6 years of no contact, he's still telling me how I should run my life and my business and what's legitimate and what I've always been doing. Yeah, I've intended to buy a computer a few times, but things come up like food and other expenses. When you live in paycheck to paycheck and you're not even, in my case, have a real paycheck, you're just waiting for contributions to come in or your network host to pay, that's a paycheck. Things come up. But the narcissist will never miss the opportunity to twist something and make it into your fault. I'm going to put the link once again so we can put this all to rest. To the phone call with my mother over the house. Link's going to be in the description box. Notice there's no comments in that video about any of this. Why? Because the proof is right there. It's much easier to argue points from a distance than being in the thread that he's actually talking about. Isn't it? Isn't it? Because this is nothing more than another attempt to sabotage me, to basically get you fired, which is what the left does, which is why I make those videos to begin with. Trying to take your money away, take your ability to live away for not liking what I'm saying. Well, you know, I've never told anybody to call up the Borough of Leonia Building Department and try to get Laura fired. Now, have I? Have I? I could easily sit here and say, you know, I want all of my subscribers to call up the Borough of Leonia Building Department, which is readily available online, and start telling everybody in the office that you're married to a drunken, child-touching, abusive idiot. That's who they got hired. I could tell everybody, go look up the Borough of Leonia Building Department and do the same. I could do that. And you would get plenty of calls, believe me. Believe me. I could put out your home phone number. Brian, Alfred Brian Schuster. I could put out your home phone number and address in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. Brian, Alfred Brian Schuster. But I don't. I don't say call Brian all hours of the night, drunky and meat. I don't say go try to find their phone number and hunt them down and harass them. I never did that. I don't say go find the number for the Borough of Leonia Building Department and let them know they got a child molesting, drunken, abusive bitch working in their office who colluded to steal a house from her own son, and it's recorded. But I don't. I never told anybody to do any of those things. I'm not doing it now. So you don't need to worry about that, Meat. You just keep doing what you're doing. You keep making a complete fucking horse's ass out of yourself. And I'm going to keep posting videos. Every time you post, I post. And I let everybody make fun of you, Bri. Hi, Laura. Have another one. Have another one. There's going to come a day, Brian, where you got to snap on Erin. You can't help it. It's who you are. It's who you are. You're going to pull one of your big explosions in her face because she didn't give her your way. Sure, you've wanted to already. How to restrain yourself. Why? Oh, I know. Because you know she has an out. She knows she got good old daddy waiting for her in Fort Lauderdale. You know it too. You know that whole script that you have written up there can be flipped with one little freak out on that kid. You know she's stronger than I am, and you know how smart she is. But you can never help yourself, can you? That's the prediction that's coming, people. That's the prediction that's coming. Everybody knows I run fundraisers. It's a business. Trying to make money, stupid. Holy fuck. If I opened a mini mart, would I be a fucking narcissist then too? You're out of your fucking mind. But don't worry. Eventually you're going to push her. And you know who the first call is going to be. Facts, buddy. Facts. You're not drawing me up there. You are not drawing me into your trap because I know what you got set for me. I already know. Try to figure out who told me. Because it ain't just one. It's not just one person, Brian. You're a sad, sad man. You really are. Your own son. Your own son you did this to since birth. I mean, wow. And the thing of it is, I'd be a lot bigger. I'd be a lot bigger if I could just get you all out of my head and recover from your bullshit. But unfortunately, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. So, continue on with your bullshit, Meat. I welcome it. I really do. I really do, because you just keep spouting the same bullshit over and over and over again. And everybody, please, 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 click on the link in the description box and review the video that started all this with the GoFundMe and the house and all of it. Go back and look. The links are in the description boxes. Go listen to my mother's words yourself. And then you tell me who's lying, who the problem is, and why I'm in Florida, why I am where I am. One day you're going to learn, Meat. You're going to learn. The hard way, unfortunately, but you're going to learn. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or comments in the comment section below. Really let Meat know what you think of him and the tactics. And please view that second video that's in the description box so you know what he's defending and what he's doing. And I encourage you to look at any video that he brought up here. And you can see it for yourselves and see who's lying and who's not, who the grifter is. Is the grifter me sitting in a one-bedroom apartment in South Florida? Or is it the guy who scammed the disability system for 30 years and got thrown off it in New Jersey with 2 houses? I don't know. That's a decision for all you to make. Would still like to get that new equipment though. So I'm still going to keep that out there. So if you like your story read on the channel, you would like me to expose your narcissist, or you have a topic you'd like me to cover, such as these court cases that seems to bother me so much, you know what to do with the PayPal and the email link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.